It's that time. We coming.
Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast, where burgers and chicken wings aren't just a game day meal. It's a lifestyle choice.
It is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle choice. Today, we're going to be covering NBA starters. Pretty soon, NBA All-Star Game.
I can't wait.
I'm
Can't
so
wait.
excited. And, fellas, hold on to your butts. We have our January edition of the 3 for 3 Forum.
Can't wait for that one. Can't wait for that one. This one's for you guys.
Shout out to the kids.
This is where we compiled all the questions that you guys have submitted at our Gmail 3 for 3 pod at gmail.com.
That's right.
Off YouTube, off our Facebook page.
TikTok, Instagram.
People just randomly coming up to me and asking questions. That's okay. Wrote it
crazy.
down.
That's crazy.
Wrote it down.
We accepted it.
Somebody pointed you out at the gas station the other day.
That was
that was at Food Line.
Food Line. Yeah, that's
Food
what
Line.
it was.
At
Yeah.
the Lion of Food.
At the Italian restaurant, they told me that because of our marriage advice was so bad, they're never listening to the podcast.
I don't blame them.
I
don't blame 'em. I
First
mean,
of all,
honestly, let's
my,
be real.
my wife shouldn't have told you that. That was in confidence.
No, it wasn't
okay.
It was.
It was.
It was. We'll won't let
It was
names.
somebody else's wife.
We'll
No,
won't let names. It was a husband.
that's okay.
It was probably my wife. You texted her.
She was like 10%.
That's okay. Just want to let you guys know we are keeping score. Again, I am Paul Nelson, your humble scorekeeper. I'm just here so they don't get fined. We have
Possible.
Alex, the Podfather, Gullet.
Boom. Boom.
I think that's his music, I guess. And we have Frank, the Quiet Assassin.
It's getting louder.
First of all, I do have a question, and this related to something we talked about a couple weeks ago. Frank, how many books are we in? I mean, your New Year's resolution
many
was read
books?
3 books.
Have you started a book?
No.
You don't just leave one in the
Got
bathroom.
350 something days to go, guys.
That's true. You do. You do.
I got a lot of time.
You got plenty of time.
I didn't want to start off with a bang because a lot of times I get into something and I'm like heavy, like I'm just all into it, and then like it fizzles out. So I'm like a gradual process.
That's right. You're building yourself up for
Right.
reading.
You know, honestly, I somebody told me a quote and it was like sometimes the enemy of great is good, and I don't want to be good. I want to be great this year at my
Reading is
resolution.
hard. You'll get it.
It's fundamental
Reading
and
big
fun.
words is hard, but I'm doing it.
He'll get it,
I'm
guys.
unequivocally doing it.
Just for the record, the viewers don't know, the listeners don't know. One, Alex the Podfather Gullet wasn't feeling well last week. He started feeling better a little this week. He's crushing it at work. You know, he's doing everything he has to do. You feeling better, big guy?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I am.
He's playing hurt, guys. Don't let him fool you. He's playing hurt.
You know, I got a torn shoulder.
You're not Josh Allen. Stop it.
Whatever.
And Frank's on the board with a point with Josh Allen, my friends. Way to go, buddy. So our first thing we're going to
Thanks
talk
for
about.
asking, though.
You're not welcome.
Don't let the athletic stature of us fool you. We love NBA. Okay.
What'd you say? We that strong type of fan.
Listen, we the strong kind of fat. Don't let it fool you. We the strong kind of fat. So we've consumed a lot of burgers, chicken wings, and NBA, as it turns out.
True.
So again, they've released the first voting round. Listen, I could care less about fan voting. Sorry, fans. I could care less about
So true.
fan voting right now. The
They
first round.
count.
It's okay, great, they count. But you know how many jokers at a game go, yeah, Cole Anthony definitely should be a starter, man.
Austin Reeves is on the list.
Come
The
on.
initial vote.
Come on.
Hillbilly Kobe. We don't call him his other nickname because it's insensitive. But let's talk about
reckless.
let's talk about our starters who we would have in there. So we're gonna start in the West. All right, we'll go backcourt. Okay, then we'll go snubs. Then we'll go front court.
Hold on. Is that a thing?
What
Hillbilly
backcourt? Front
Kobe?
court?
Kobe a really
It's a
Yes,
thing now.
that's his nickname. Listen, one of my favorite things to do
okay, yeah.
is to go to, if you go to Basketball Reference, it shows all the nicknames.
No, that's not in Basketball Reference, is it?
It is. It is.
Who
Stat checker, will you
Stat
let us
boy.
know?
paid
Where's
that?
Stat Boy? Look it up.
Who
Hillbilly
got-
Kobe.
Who gets paid a salary and put Hillbilly Kobe in there?
By the way,
Listen,
that
that's-
may be one of the top 5 ever
Nicknames?
greatest nicknames.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, Mamba is great.
It's reckless.
The answer. The answer is a good
great.
one. Yeah.
Steve Nash didn't have a great nickname.
He didn't need one. He
You know
was
what?
he was great
You
in
know-
himself.
You know one that I always remember and always will? The King.
Elvis.
Right.
LeBron
That's what I was
Oh,
going with.
LeBron James. I thought Michael
The
Jackson.
second king.
You know, and I have a nickname. I'm a
LeBron
witness.
James
I
reference.
saw it.
That's another one. Oh,
Hillbilly Kobe is in
Hillbilly
basketball
Kobe is a thing.
reference.
That's a thing.
there are two things I know. Okay, it's how to swing a golf club and basketball reference nicknames.
Shout out to that. We should do a podcast on the golf course.
Can you give yourself 5 points for that?
I am going to give myself 3.5.
We
No, you get
never.
5.
We will never
Fine,
play.
okay, I'll take the 5.
We will never play straight up golf with you
No, never.
ever.
Ever.
Against
Not for any
you.
reason.
With you, maybe against somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah. We can use your ball. Like we can,
Yeah,
This-
captain's choice.
Captain's choice. I'm good with that.
Captain's choice.
Who's the captain? That's what I want to know.
Hey, there's some nightmares when I played
Was.
Captain's Choice with you last time.
Captain's choice.
Last
yeah.
time I played Captain's Choice with you, they
I don't think
I-
we
I'll
used
shout out
many
to
of
Joe.
yours.
shout out to Joe.
Mr. Dumas. We appreciate. Listen, we appreciate
Wow.
you, Mr. Dumas. Shout out Pines Golf Course.
The best thing
Fort Eustis.
I shot. The first shot I shot was my best shot. The second thing I did great on that day was give him
Clam advice.
a clam
Clam
recipe,
linguine.
and clams recipe.
There you go. The
That
white
was the
sauce,
second
the red
best thing.
sauce.
Paul
You want white
was white.
sauce,
You
right?
want a
First of all, so behind the scenes, okay, he had no idea Frank's name was Frank. The entire time he called him Nick.
I'm Nick,
The
Nick.
entire, and he was dead serious.
and I answered to it.
Funny
and
story.
he was, hey, Nick.
I got an
Nick.
email at work 2 weeks ago.
Mr. Dumas?
My first name is Charles, right? So just insider
More
information.
behind the scenes.
And somebody wrote, and they were like, it was a reply to an email that I sent them, and they said, "Thanks, Chuck."
There's no Chuck.
I've never been called Chuck in my entire
Ever.
life.
Well, no correction. You've been called Chuck once
Well, I've
in
been
your
called
life.
Chuck once now, and it was a really weird feeling. It's one of those relationships where you're emailing back and forth. You've never met the person, but they're a service to you
Yeah.
for what you do at your work. And he's like, "Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it."
And you don't want to correct him.
And I can't. Like, I'm not going to correct him because
Come on,
we
man.
use this company.
All right, so hey, leave it up to the comment on whether he should correct him. Maybe next 3 for 3 forum, we'll go ahead and do a. Hey, I'm having trouble. We got a question from somebody. I'm having trouble. This guy called me Chuck at work in an email. Should I or should I
Should I
not
or should I?
tell him?
We should do the
That's-
Impractical Jokers and be
that's,
like,
If you
you
happen to be
have to
watching
respond.
this, it is me.
Yeah, he's not
And
Chuck.
you are the first one to ever call me Chuck.
Way to
It's
go.
okay.
Okay, we're gonna give him 3 points.
Uh,
Random guy
For
called you Chuck.
authenticity purposes,
Yes.
that's not the first time you're called Chuck.
Oh,
It was not.
he's calling you
Really?
a liar.
Yes.
Who called me Chuck
Kidding
first?
me?
Mark Minsky.
No, it was Joey.
Joey was
Joey called me Chimney Chuck.
because you
This is great listening. Let me tell you guys.
Chimney
Always.
Chuck.
Okay, so because Alex is a liar, I'm taking away 2 points.
I totally forgot about that
I
one.
wish
but,
you weren't a liar.
well, Chimney was the name, so it's okay.
Chimney Chuck.
Okay, all right. Again, getting back to NBA. This is listen, when we say sports, life, and everything in between,
That's what it is.
we absolutely mean it. Okay, we've had golf references, chimney references.
We have a time thing we try to do every podcast. It never gets hit, and that's okay.
Yeah, we try to
love
frame
the
it at like
fans.
around 45 minutes,
and it's just
and we
not
never get
hit
to
it.
45
We
minutes.
have not hit it.
Hour 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not doing my job, so I'm going to take away those 5 points. Alex, West backcourt, NBA
West backcourt.
starters. Who you got?
All right, so this one was pretty simple for me.
Is it simple?
It's super simple for me.
Okay.
So what I did was, and I know,
For me,
but I have 3 players because one may be injured.
one definitely is injured.
Okay,
You
so
can't give 3.
Here we
It
go.
says
again.
2 on the paper.
Pick
quiet
2.
assassin.
No,
Pick
you
two.
don't do
Quiet.
this.
No, this
no
is-
more.
all right,
What
all
is
right,
Last
fellas,
episode
fellas.
was enough.
What does
Fellas,
quiet mean?
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. You have to pick your 2, but we'll allow you an honorable mention.
Thank
But
you.
it doesn't
That's 3.
count.
Okay, it's not gonna count.
It
It's not
does
gonna
count.
count. I hate when these guys fight.
So what I think should happen is Steph Curry should start, and Luka Doncic should start. Now,
Okay.
if Steph is injured, I'm going to replace him with SGA.
Okay.
That's going to be mine.
All right.
Sorry, John Morant.
So if you were picking right now, we're gonna hold you to this. Who you're picking? Steph and
Steph
Luka.
and Luka
Okay.
with an honorable mention of SGA.
Frank, who do you have?
So after all that arguing, I'm taking Stephen Luka.
You guys. This is what I'm talking about with you.
Air
two.
He's
five.
not so
Air
quiet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is what. Okay. Steph and Luka. All right. So I had Luka. I don't understand how you can pick Steph. Okay, I understand a little bit, but he's only played 26 games. Okay.
So
26. Listen, and I understand. It's for the fans. It's an all-star. How can you not have?
last time
get
I
it.
checked, that wasn't a qualification for an NBA All-Star game.
I think this stuff matters, and this is what bugs the mess out of me. Okay, stats wise, Luka's definitely in there. Luka definitely 34 points. He's averaging 34, 9 and 9, and been on a tear. Now, everybody's been on a tear in the NBA right now. The
Crazy
offense
year.
is just going crazy, but he is single-handedly keeping the Mavs as a 4 seed in the loaded West.
Sorry, Christian Wood.
Christian Wood might get an extension this year, so he
No, they're
might.
not. I just read a thing that they're saying they're trading him, and they're looking at the as soon as they can get out
This
of there.
NBA is great. Hey, he might get an extension. He might get traded.
It's
Yes.
that season, like
I just read it.
maybe.
I was like,
It's the fun.
what did I say
was
that
like,
one
what
time you
will it
called
take
out?
for the Lakers to go?
No. Well, maybe.
This is
Maybe.
the definitive no. Well, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. If I were building an all-star team, right? If I was selecting one person right now, it would be SGA. 31, 5 and 6. He's taken a huge leap forward. He's probably got most improved in the bag. I would say he's got most improved player in the bag. He has little to no help in OKC. I'm just hoping that they don't shut him down until after the All-Star game.
Empty stats. I have a real problem with empty stats.
I would have an empty stat problem if there was anybody else on his team that could carry any kind of weight. When your second best player is Lou Dort, no offense to Lou Dort, he's going to be a great 3
I
and
would
D
take
player.
him in LA right now.
Absolutely, but he doesn't have anybody else. So I can't. All right, so if we're empty stats, right? If we're talking, hey, they don't lead to wins, right? Last I checked, Steph and the Golden State Warriors don't have too many more wins than OKC. So I don't know how we can go with that. I'm picking SGA right now. If Steph comes back and he plays 5 or 6 games and SGA has to sit out, if OKC is going, hey, SGA, come in here, buddy. Come here real quick. Listen, we really need you to have. Listen, we looked at the ligaments and you're straining on your right knee. And he's like, no, I'm good. No, you're straining on your right knee.
That's right.
We're gonna shut you down, Victor Wembanyama. I'm sorry. We're gonna shut you down for health care. I think that's a real thing. That's a conversation that's probably going to be had. I hope he gets it. I don't see anything wrong with the uphill battle. I did have Steph as a snub. Again, 26 games. He's played 10 games less than the other guys.
And is having one of his best years ever.
He is, but he's injured.
At that age.
I can see Steph at this age saying, you know what? I'm going to take the All-Star game off.
I read a report he should be back by the 14th.
He needs
15th.
he needs to have
Yeah,
that LeBron
that's what I heard.
LeBron James. Hey, my back. Yeah, I think I need
neck. My back.
other snubs I
I
have.
love my king back.
Frank, you hit on this guy the other day. Devin Booker is having a great year. John
Yeah.
Morant, Devin Booker, both have similar stats to SGA.
Yeah.
Memphis has won a ton of games without Ja. So
Devin's been hurt, so I can't.
true.
And ever since he's been hurt a lot of games now, so
And
more than Curry, and that's saying something.
I'm gonna mention him, and Frank's gonna shudder. Paul George.
Oh,
Ew. Did they just lose by 43 or they were down by 43, lost by 29 or 27?
One of 82.
that's a
he
Brock
does,
Purdy-esque.
but I will say this: what he has going for him, he is on the varsity squad of the Clippers. You know, they do have 2 squads. They have the JV squad that only plays half the games, and then the varsity squad that plays half the games. So
you mean
Paul George.
street clothes George, street clothes Leonard?
That's right.
Oh man,
Street clothes.
I have a good stat for you about your boy Kawhi. Did you know that he leads the NBA history in percentage of games won during the regular season?
Thank you, Tim Duncan.
Wild quick take. If he wins the championship this year and Kawhi Leonard's the MVP, he now is in the conversation of GOAT.
No, he
starts
he's
walking
not.
into it.
Mind.
He's
Wait a
walking
sec.
into it.
Well,
You are out of your
He's
mind.
look back at it. Look how many chips he's won, how many different teams he's done it with. I don't like the guy. I can't stand the Clippers. Everybody that even knows me,
I don't
I
hate the guy. I don't know him.
I absolutely
got
I have
a
a
great
disdain
laugh.
for the gentleman.
So
He's got a great laugh.
I don't like anything about the guy.
I do have one
I
more
don't like-
stat. I did my homework, guys. I did my homework. One more stat, right?
Yeah.
So if you include playoffs and regular season, there are the top 4 players. All right. You have Larry Legend. Okay. You have Kawhi. You have Magic Johnson. And which GOAT is number 4? Let's see if we get these 2 guys. What GOAT do you think?
It's going to be Michael.
We got 1 vote for MJ. Frank, this is right up your alley.
I want to say LeBron, but somewhere Bill Russell runs to mind. But
And Frank gets 3 points because it is. Actually, we're going to give you 6 points. You know
He
why?
won-
Because it is number 6, Bill Russell,
he won
the
he won
GOAT.
so many championships. He's
Thank
gotta be
you.
You had to win. You had
Yeah,
top
but I
four
mean, like
winning
Bill
record.
Russell, you
Top
said
four.
goat.
I just
He's
think
not a
it's-
goat.
He is a GOAT, but that's,
He's not a
that's for another
goat.
discussion. We're going to have sports court about
Minus
goats.
12 for Paul.
He's
Yeah,
a
we're going to
goat.
put minus 12.
He is a goat.
He is.
Bill
he is
Russell
a
is
goat.
not a goat.
He is a goat.
There's one goat.
You know
the
what
greatest of all time is Michael Jordan.
Listen, when you die, you get goat status.
Michael
Ooh.
Jeffrey Jordan.
When
Yeah.
you're a legend and you die, you get elevated.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, ask Dion.
That's what the Beatles said.
Okay. You know, position that Bill Russell played, center. That was a
Center.
front court position. Speaking of front court,
Good transition.
smooth transition by your moderator.
Boom. Hey, plus 12
operator.
points.
Thank you. I'm back in the
Smooth
building. I'm gonna win this episode finally.
operator.
I'm catching you guys today. Frank, who do you have for your front court for the West?
I have
I bet we
start
go
off
3 for 3.
Start off with honorable mention. Anthony Davis.
Honorable.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Should be a dishonorable mention.
He's hurt. Not as much as Kawhi or Paul George, but he's been.
I don't even
he's
have
got
him
missed.
on there as snub. Nope.
I do, because when he was playing, there was talks of MVP. Now forget about all.
That was a good 2 weeks.
It was, but they've only played 4, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's the end of the world. LeBron Jokic, I think that's easy
Yeah,
one.
that's super easy.
So I'm taking my third
Yep.
for my son. Shout out to the stat taker, Laurie Marketing.
Stat boy.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Check the stats. Check the wins. It's an Uncle Paul type mention. Shout out to my co-host Paul. Laurie Marketing is up there, and I believe he's deserving.
Alex, you took offense with that. Who'd you pick?
All right, so mine were easy. I took Jason Tatum because he'll never start on the East. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That was great. Tatum. You know what? That's-
Wow, the East leading.
You just pulled
The East
way into the lead with
leading.
that.
No.
It's
Mine-
20 points for Alex.
Mine are
Boston
pretty
Celtics.
easy. I went Jokic, LeBron, and Zion with an honorable mention to AD.
Oh, good. All right.
I love Zion. There, I was Zion one or two, but Laurie.
Zion before Laurie. Easy.
Zion was in my honorable mention.
Lowry.
He's missed some time.
Nick Lowry.
Again, for snubs, I had Zion. Again, some stats. Anthony loves stats, so we give Anthony stats.
Shout out Netta.
Shout out to my father.
26, 7, and 4.5 assists, which is an underrated part of his game. To quote, I just want to quote D'Angelo Russell here. He's playing football. We're playing basketball.
What a great.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
Comment
not wrong.
of the year. I know it's early.
100%.
Comment of the year.
He's not
100%.
wrong at all. LeBron James is in my starting. So my 3 starters: LeBron James, 29, 8, and 6.5. He's doing ridiculous things at 38-year-old. So we all know about Charles Barkley, triple single, Draymond, right? He's averaging a triple single. We all know about double doubles. There should be a LeBron stat that just goes, hey, he pulled a LeBron James, meaning it doesn't matter if his team won or not, but somehow, miraculously, this guy fooled around and scored 28, 8, and 8. Like
Every
that,
night.
That should just be called the LeBron. What do you
That's
go?
just
He had a
that's
LeBron.
a business.
Because he's done that since he entered the league.
28, 8, and 8 at this with this streak happening. It's a bad night.
Now
With what we're going through the past 2 weeks.
he's having the best 20th year in the NBA history
By far.
If you count
not
the
even close.
NBA and ABA, it's second only to Jackie Moon, Flint Tropics.
Jackie Moon. Love
Pass
is
it here. Pass it
sexy.
back. Bring it back. Oh no, pass it back. Down. Hit me down low. Now
No,
back.
no, again.
One more time.
Again.
Mouse
Have you
in the
ever
house.
been hit in the Gaguna?
You want one of these pancakes?
Mom, I puked.
Mom.
So the last
threw
player I
up,
have,
Mom.
the second player. So I have LeBron James. I have the Joker. 25.5 points, 11 rebounds, 9.5 assists, back-to-back MVPs. I know people aren't going to vote for him this year for MVP. Because it's just going to be like, hey, but he is quietly having a better year. Not statistically, but if you look at his defensive numbers, which Joker's never going to win Defensive Player of the Year, but he's actually playing.
It's
making
not
it-
horrible, though.
He's making it a lot harder for the other team on defense.
It's not horrible.
If I can pad those stats, leads the league in plus minus. Not the best stat in the
Boom.
world, but when you do everything else that he does,
That's true.
That's right.
It works.
The only so if I want to go Alex, right? Don't call him Chuck. If I want to go Alex here, I would say, bro, he's making Aaron Gordon look good.
Bro.
He's making Aaron Gordon look
Bro.
good.
9.5 assists would be if the season ended today, would be the most assists per game by center in the history of the NBA.
And he's carrying those other two that stay hurt.
Michael
Michael Porter,
Jamal
Jamal,
Murray, yeah,
like-
and they're only going to get better. So you assume his role is going to be diminished. They're going to
Are they?
yeah, they are. Listen, injuries in the NBA
I
it's a
hope
2-year
so.
thing. The last person I have, I love this so much. So you said Lane's been hanging out with me too much. Yeah. I got Lauri Markkanen.
I knew it.
I call him the finisher. You like that? The finisher.
Guys.
He's from Yugoslavia.
Guys.
He is not. He's from Finland. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Again, just like my backcourt starters, he's played in more games than Zion. I'm going that. Listen,
Zion's hurt right now.
I've said it before. The greatest ability anybody can have is availability. That's the best ability you can have. If you're not available, it's hard for me to start you.
When Lowry starts selling them jerseys like Zion, let me know.
Here we go.
Let me know. It's
that's
still
not
a
what the
business,
All-Star.
bro.
Listen, we're
It's
not going.
still a business,
hey,
bro.
Guess what? This team's the best because it has the most Twitter followers.
What does jersey
This team's the
sales
best.
have to do with NBA
Yeah,
starting
it's
Still a
lineup?
business, bro.
I do want to ask one
Still
thing.
a business.
Frank, what's his YouTube views look like?
What's his YouTube views?
It's probably great in Finland.
Laurie?
Yeah, it's got to be great.
Lord.
I don't even know if they have YouTube there.
I don't think you're allowed to have YouTube if you have a female first name.
Oh man,
Lowry.
that's Lowry, Mike Lowry. All right, so
Lowry.
Jason Tatum does not play in the West, unlike what Alex was saying. He does play in the East, but he's not in the backcourt, which is where we're going to start for the East. Frank, who do you have in the East for your backcourt?
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, Spider.
Spitter.
And I gotta be honest. I
I think we're 3 for 3 on Spider.
I
Be honest.
was not gonna. If you'd asked me at the beginning of the year, I'd have been like, no chance in HE double hockey sticks. I would have not picked him. I would have picked 5 other guards ahead of them.
Yeah.
I would have picked Garland over Spider.
If you spell it, it still counts.
Okay.
Not if you can't spell. All right, so
Spelling does
second
count.
time. That's 2 for me, 0 for everybody else.
We use creative spelling sometimes.
The other one is controversial.
Ooh.
Controversial.
Controversy.
I know.
There's a lot of,
Pass
there's a
the
lot of,
controversio.
there's a lot of syllables. in that word.
I had the conversation with my son, and he absolutely vehemently disagrees.
He should.
Absolutely.
He should.
did.
Which means me
It's
and
bad.
he and I probably picked the same guy then.
And
If
he
you
says,
say Trey Young,
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Trey Young's getting ready to get traded.
Snub. Trey Young. No defense.
Kyrie Irving. He has got them Nets looking like something else.
What is
bro.
Something else. They are my
Bro.
favorite at the moment. Second only to LeBron James to win the championship this year.
I feel an Air 5 coming.
But they for real.
I feel an Air 5
Did you
coming.
pick Kai as well?
So are we translating?
I feel an Air 5 coming.
No way. Go ahead. Wow.
You know
Uncle
what?
Drew.
Can I tell y'all something?
What?
Guess what? Y'all are 2 for 2 on this one. Because there's no way you can put him in ahead of Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown
that
is
was
the
gonna
pick.
happen.
Listen.
27 and 7 and 4.
Guess whose
He is-
pick that was?
He is one of that's going to be my nephew, your son.
You know when you play
Stat Boy.
basketball, you have to dribble.
You understand? Listen,
dribbled now.
He can dribble.
You're
this
on
year.
this dribbling
Do
thing.
you
He's
know
not.
when you play basketball, you got to play defense.
When we're talking about an NBA player and you answer me with "he can dribble now," that's an issue.
you're the one who first said, "Oh, does he dribble?" So you're bringing it up first. What are you talking about?
But the answer isn't like, "Oh, he's an NBA player. Of course he
listen,
can dribble."
NBA.
Can we check right now? So his qualifications are if you can dribble and if you sell
Check it.
jerseys.
It's a business. Dribble.
Just
And
saying.
listen, Jeremy Lin should be on this list because he sells out in China.
Matter of fact, I believe he was on a list before.
Shout
I
out
just-
to White Chocolate. He can still dribble, but he doesn't deserve to
Bro,
be an NBA
shout
All-Star.
out Jason Williams.
Again, why Jaylen Brown should be ahead of Kyrie? Simply defense. When's the last time Kyrie ever played defense?
When's the last time they played defense in an All-Star game?
The All-Star
new
game is
All-Star game they
it's,
do.
It's a culmination.
They did last year.
But I
It's
don't
a culmination of what you've done the first half of the season. This isn't. If this was all about, hey, we're just putting people out there who the fans want, it would be the And One mixtape tour. Okay, this isn't. This is the NBA All-Star team.
The look on his face suggests that we're reaching the tipping point.
This is for you to put Kyrie in there over Jaylen Brown. I was waiting for like, hey, Tyrese Halliburton, he leads the league in
No,
assists.
That was an
Trey
honorable
Young.
mention. That was
And
honorable mention for your nephew.
Trey Young and Kyrie are in
Trey
the
Young
same
should
boat.
not.
All right, they're in the same boat.
No.
All offense, no defense.
He had to take off
Are
a
you
game because he was
kidding me?
arguing with his teammates and coaches. There's no way I'm putting Kyrie Irving and their 13-1 or whatever they've been the last 14 games situation. When he came back, they started winning.
That's right.
He changed the situation.
You're absolutely right. Kyrie never had to not play games because he said something controversial. Yeah,
He should never-
Trey Young missed a game because he argued with his coach. Yeah, Kyrie would never do
Kyrie
that.
should
Tell us
have
what you
never
think.
been
Tell us
suspended.
Come
what
on
you
now.
think.
I'm not saying Kanye was right. I'm saying Kyrie should have never been suspended.
I agree.
Ever.
I agree 100%.
Ever. That was wrong, and they should be fined, and
Disagree.
they should have to apologize to people for what they put him through.
Disagree completely.
I don't agree with what they did.
Disagree.
People can say things. He didn't even say things. He didn't even say those things.
When you have a platform to millions, part of being an NBA player isn't selling jerseys. It isn't doing. Part of being an NBA player is being responsible for your platform. What he said was irresponsible. The promotion he made was irresponsible. We're not hiding this idea that, oh, you know what, he can put it out there. This isn't a DM to somebody that you go, my bad, I had a few too many last night, I just popped off at the mouth. No, his platform needs to be used, and he has to understand he has a social responsibility to people.
It does
and for
to
you
an
to
extent.
put that out there, no, not any extent. This is part of the job. This is part of the reason you're getting paid millions of dollars.
I do worry about his decency sometimes.
No, because the other side of the situation would be like me shouting out, I don't know, the Princess
It's
and
nothing
the Frog.
like
Pedals-
like you.
Pedals
this is
voodoo magic.
nothing like you out there. Okay,
Yeah,
it's nothing
if he
like
said
you.
go watch the Princess and the Frog, you're not gonna suspend him for peddling voodoo magic and dark magic.
That's because that's
And
not. That's not
satanic
what.
work.
That's no. That is completely. That's not even apples and oranges. That's apples and spaceships. Okay, you're
Listen,
dead wrong.
They
on
fly,
this.
and if you shoot an apple
This is-
from a
You are-
slingshot,
we have
it
gone
flies.
way
You are dead
far off.
wrong on this take. You
This-
were responsible for your social promotions, and then when you finally come back, what happened was Kyrie is so used to shooting off his mouth and going, "Hey, the world's flat." See, I'm different. Hey, don't that COVID. They're gonna put little robots in you. Hey, I'm different. Haha. So many people. Nobody has told him, "Hey, dude, you need to tone it down. You have a responsibility to people." There's Charles Barkley. Hey, I'm not a role model. And then there's being socially responsible. Charles Barkley never said half the junk that Kyrie said. He's been allowed to do it till now. And guess what? It caught up with him. He learned his lesson. He apologized. He's back in. He still shouldn't make it over Jaylen Brown.
Great take, man. This is what we're here for.
I
love sitting back watching this.
You can say what you say. I still disagree. I don't think he need to be suspended.
No, but we can agree
and I
to
also
disagree.
believe that Uncle Drew deserves to be the starter because he's wearing crazy shoes and still doing them stats.
This is so we got Twitter followers. We have jersey sales, and hey, look at them shoes.
Yeah, he's got the whose shoes are those?
Y'all are killing me.
He's got to look at those and he's
gonna
putting up
have-
35.
He's gonna. Hey, there's always Big Baller Brand, right? You go right ahead. Maybe he'll wear those.
Triple B.
Front court. I think this is probably the hardest one. Is the front court for the East?
I didn't think so.
We're
No?
going to disagree. I guarantee me and you're going to disagree.
We might, but we disagreed about Lowry.
Can I tell you who I have first, and then
Yeah. Shoot.
So the three I have, and realistically, there should be four. This should not be like if you heard from our last episode, my New Year's resolution was get rid of backcourt, front court. Just say, hey, these are our starting five. They're probably not going to do that, but that's okay. The three I have: Jason Tatum, 31, 8, and 4, playing great defense, getting to the free throw line a lot more this year. He's getting to the free throw line 8 times as compared to 6 times last year. He's running downhill. He's taking content and he's finishing it. Kevin Durant. I worry about Kevin Durant and his health because he was averaging like 38 minutes a game for the first 25 games. Now it's down to 36 minutes. So Jacques Vaughn is doing what he should do. He's still averaging 37 and 5.5.
Says 2 minutes make a difference.
Yes, it does. That's 160 minutes over the course of the season.
It's a lot.
That's
2.5 hours of
that's
It's a
that's
lot.
2.5
it's-
hours of
it's-
work.
That's 2.5 hours of your work. That's not 2.5 hours on an NBA court. Okay,
I didn't say my work. I said of work.
of work. Yeah, but any work compared to NBA work is a little different. All right, this is not again your apples and spaceships. Okay, he has been helped since Kyrie and Ben Simmons. I'm gonna say something nice about Ben Simmons and hope that it doesn't go crazy. He's contributing. Now it helps that he's probably the fifth offensive option on that team.
Yeah.
But he's playing great defense, and that's all they need him to do. And then the last one I picked Giannis. Giannis 32, 12, and 5. Death, taxes, and Giannis getting 30, 10, and 5.
That's always.
He is LeBron East. I mean, it's the 28, 8, and 8. It's
They
Giannis
shoot
getting
about the same.
30, 10, and 5. So my snubs were Joel Embiid. Then I have a huge gap. And I have Pascal Siakam, maybe DeMar DeRozan, but it's really those four guys. So
That's way down the line, though.
it is. But
Those are
I
huge
wanted
gap.
to give them an honorable mention because they're balling out. Alex, who did you have as your three?
All right, my three, and I think it was pretty easy. Embiid, Durant, and Giannis. No explanation needed. Pretty simple.
I can't believe
Snub would be
didn't have
Jason Tatum.
on there. Put Tatum on the West. Frank, did you have same or did you put? Tatum.
I have the same as you, Paul.
Thank
Tatum, Durant, Giannis. Embiid does not deserve to be on this list.
Okay.
I don't think he deserves to be a All-Star starter.
Really?
You're wild.
Not that he don't.
Wild.
His team is just doing okay. They're
Okay.
doing good. I mean, if I'm looking at, it's like their point to the stats are, they all have great stats.
Yes.
So I have to go to X factors. And when I'm looking at him, Tatum is the number one record. He's leading
Is
his
Tatum
team.
the best wing in the NBA?
He's in the conversation.
Is Tatum the best wing in the NBA?
It's either Tatum or Giannis or Durant.
Or LeBron? Or,
I think he's past them.
Tatum.
but is
Two-way
Embiid the
wing?
best center in the East?
In the East, so he went from
best
NBA
center
to
in
East.
the
Well,
East
in the NBA.
is like saying the
In
best
the NBA.
long snapper
he's not.
in the NFL.
He's not. Jokic
You're going to
is.
put Jokic above Embiid?
I am.
Absolutely.
No way.
I am.
We just talked about every stat that
That-
he's going to break that's legendary.
No, I think
5
Jokic
minutes
is a
ago.
great player.
That straw man you
I
tried to
think-
build up just got knocked down.
No,
and
no, no, no,
burned.
no, 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 no. I think if you put Embiid and
It's better to have
Jokic
chips and dip.
one-on-one, no, I'm not even worried about all that. Embiid is much better offensively than Jokic when it comes to
he's
putting the ball
different.
in the bucket.
He's different offensively.
No,
He's not
correct.
way.
But he's better.
If you
He's not-
count
And
points that
defensively,
he
it's not
affected
even
during the
close.
game, he has more.
It's not even close defensively.
I think Jokic is a better offensive player. I think Embiid's a better defensive player.
I don't
last-
think Jokic is a better offensive player.
I think he is.
I don't.
I don't think. Okay, so everybody who voted for MVP got it wrong last year, right?
They've gotten it wrong many a year.
Do you think they got it wrong last year? Should it have been Joel Embiid?
No, I think it was Jokic last year.
Thank you. All right.
But I don't think MVP is the best player in the NBA either. If it was that, why didn't Durant have 10 and LeBron have 10? I mean,
Durant should have. Okay, no, we're not talking. Durant should have never had 10.
are you kidding me
Maybe
right now?
2 or 3.
Durant was better than LeBron 5 or 6
No,
years.
blasphemy.
Easy.
Blasphemy.
Easy.
Don't be mad because when Kobe tried to
Easy.
be like, I'm the best, LeBron was winning the MVPs.
No. Kobe,
No, don't start.
Durant was legitimately
We gotta-
a better
I think-
basketball player than LeBron James.
You know what we
Like
have to
two-
do?
quite a while.
like 2 or 3 of the years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Bro.
Listen, when you play with 4 Hall of Famers, including yourself, yeah, you're going to have a good team.
So if you're starting a team, you're going to pick Embiid over Jokic.
I would, yes.
Yeah, I think
I
you're
mean, if
crazy.
he was healthy.
That's
Wait,
you-
wait.
This
Okay, no, we're going to go off the rails. I can't do it. Okay, we'll have to go back to it.
I
It could be a
love
sports
this.
court because when you lead the
Jokic
when
and
you lead
Embiid,
the finals in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, but the other player's better, we
And
got a
most
problem.
losses
When you
besides.
lead both teams in that stat,
Jerry
and
West.
another player's better, we have a problem.
I mean, the only person with more losses is Jerry West, whatever.
coming soon. Sports court. LeBron
Let's
versus
talk
the
about
world.
it.
It's LeBron versus any player he wants to think of to try to make me mad, and I win.
Michael Jordan.
think-
Easy.
I win.
Kevin Durant.
I
You know
win.
what? We'll open this up to a poll. We'll see who do the people want, Jokic or Embiid. We'll just leave it
Tatum,
there.
Durant, Giannis, the better records, better teams, all leaders of their team.
Absolutely.
Giannis doesn't control the ball. As a center, all these players control the ball. They affect the game that way. Giannis is a give me the ball when I'm down there type of player. Granted, his defense is great, but Tatum's better. Giannis is better. They're better defensive players. And Kevin Durant is by
They're
far
different.
better offensively.
How can you say they're
They're
different
wing
now?
defenders.
So what does it matter? They're better
They're
players.
wing defenders.
They're front.
Embiid and Jokic both play in the middle.
It's front court. It has nothing to do with wing
Can
or
be.
center. It's front court.
You're still going to
anywhere.
play a center,
We're comparing
a 4,
player
and
to
a 3.
player. We're playing player to player. I don't care if there's a center. Giannis is my center.
Right.
So now he's not better than Giannis. Are you taking Giannis out or are you taking Embiid out?
You're not going to
We're
take
doing this
Embiid
now,
over
so you're
Giannis.
going this. So now you've backed yourself into a hole.
I'm not in the corner. I'd say what I feel.
Okay, say it.
I watched
Giannis
the game.
or Embiid?
I'm taking Giannis.
Okay.
Then.
But I'm
then,
taking Embiid over Jokic.
Then who's the better wing? Tatum or Embiid?
Durant.
Durant.
That's-
Durant.
okay.
So
And
who's the
Giannis.
better wing?
Giannis.
Yeah, no. Is Tatum,
Or who?
Embiid the better wing player? You did this, not me.
No. I'm starting Embiid at center. Giannis plays 4. I'm starting him at 4.
No.
And then I'm giving
You can't do
Durant
that.
the 3.
Giannis is the center.
Not on my team.
Well, your team's wrong. I can't wait till the finals come out.
This is gonna be-
Shout
Not
out.
on my team.
I am not eating crow on this one.
You know what?
Can't wait.
Nobody likes
Can't
Embiid.
wait. You don't have to like it.
Nobody likes Embiid.
don't.
He's
This
not
guy-
cool like Joe Burrow.
This got really personal really quick with Embiid. Embiid, I think he's still likable. I think he is Troel
Thank
Embiid.
you.
He's likable like a porcupine.
He's likable. He's a likable
That's a
dude.
Frankenism.
He is. It's another Frankenism, just like last
Like
episode.
they're
a couple
cute
days
and they
ago.
stab you.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he's going to do to Jokic.
Why are you petting porcupines? Why are you? That's not
Because we're starting Embiid when he shouldn't. That's why I'm petting porcupines. Life is crazy.
My
You know,
team, my rules.
listen,
I'm starting Embiid.
You guys asked us questions. We're asking you questions. So please let us know what you think. Embiid, Jokic, who's the better NBA player?
Embiid or Tatum, who's the better wing?
Who's
We're not starting him at wing.
Embiid,
Buffalo.
Embiid or the Whopper? Who's the better sandwich?
Tatum's not even the best wing in the East.
Embiid or mashed potatoes?
Giannis and Durant are both better than Tatum.
You know who is really good?
Not this year.
Our first question, fellas. I love this. I love it when it gets
It's
heated.
so true.
But we do have some questions from audience members, some comments that we saw,
Very
some
important.
emails.
Very important.
We have the 3 for 3 forum, which we'll be doing every month.
Let's do
Questions. You guys came through with some very interesting questions. Threw us off our game a little bit.
These are good.
So the first question is a sports question. These are sports, life, everything in between. There's some crazy questions here. So we're going to go with the first one. Deals with somebody very near and dear to Frank's heart. Marvin Harrison Jr. So the question was, with Marvin Harrison Jr. playing so well, should the NFL reconsider the draft age policy? Alex?
To all the Cleveland State fans, no, they shouldn't. The draft age policy, the draft policy in the NFL is you have to play 3 years.
You have to be 3 years removed from high
3
school.
years removed from high school.
Correct.
Right. And so not really an age. But I'm gonna say no. They should not change that. Some of those boys are still boys compared to the men in the NFL.
Yeah.
They need their years.
Okay. Frank?
I completely agree. I mean, there comes to a point when basketball's a different sport.
It
I
is
think you start
completely
younger.
Baseball?
Baseball's a different sport, but even baseball, like honestly, you tell the bodies need to mature a little more to compete at the high level. But you're not in physical danger like you are in the NFL.
Well, a lot of those kids come out of high school too, and they don't have like the facilities and stuff either. Like they need those couple years of training in a college atmosphere.
Even if you say you just made it 1 year, it's still not good enough.
It's not. No,
I don't think it's good enough. I've met when I was in high school, there was a gentleman, and I won't name names for him, but he ended up going to play football at Duke University, and he went, and he was already
You
an
knew
athlete.
Daniel Jones?
No,
Oh, sorry.
no,
Okay.
he was
Shout out Danny.
he was in the secondary.
Okay.
So he came back. He was a physically fit. Like we had one of the bigger high schools in the state that I lived in, for North Carolina, and they won a lot of games. And he was a major point of that. He went to Duke University on a full ride playing football. He came back after the Christmas break, and boy was swole.
Yeah.
Just
Different.
months after leaving.
Different.
He was swole.
Different.
He was swole.
That's a
And,
good
and my point is after 2 years, he might have been physically able enough to get beat up in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of where I went. Now, if we're talking about developmentally, none of these guys are going to be ready until they're 25 anyways. So if we're going
Yeah.
based on that, then all right, make it the age 25. If we're talking about mentally capable of dealing with stuff, you're not fully developed until you're 28 years old. So that's beyond that. What I said was kind of a happy medium. I said 2 years removed from high school, contingent on having an associate's degree. So I put it towards because what we're seeing, what a lot of these kids are seeing is they are actually they're being held back in elementary or middle school with this idea that, hey, that way they're going to be a 19-year-old high school senior. They're going to get more looks. They're going to be older. They're going to be more physically developed. So they're actually a little bit older when they go into college. So I said, make it 2 years removed from high school, contingent on having an associate's degree. That would make academics a priority, which they always say is a priority.
Come on, teacher.
I don't know. Yeah, the teacher is coming out. Make it contingent on. Listen, if a degree is your fallback, it's a great fallback. So I would just say do that.
I can't think of the player. I read an article where it was NFL, and it's leaving my mind. I don't know if it was
probably
Amari
Joel
Cooper.
Embiid.
No, it was definitely not.
Daniel Jones?
No, it was. I think it was it might have been Amari Cooper. They were telling a tale of two wide receivers that are the same exact age, both played for the same college, and never played on the same field.
Wow, that's crazy, right?
It's red shirt after medical red shirt type stuff.
It was like, well, he had a problem with his childhood. The point is I do see other things though that they're physically held back, so that they can dominate more later in their high school years, so that they can be recruited to a higher college.
Yeah. It's a
And
real
they're,
thing.
They're older, so like you have 19-year-old boys playing against 17 and 16-year-old
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah,
It's-
that happens.
I think Netflix touched on it with QB1, the series
Yeah,
QB1,
definitely.
where it was always like,
100%.
we're really thinking about failing him. It was like Friday Night Tykes was also that show. Like A&E was like, hey, we're thinking about putting him back. That way, he'll be graduating at 19. He'll be physically ready. And you go, that's wild. That's wild. As a parent, as a teacher, I'm going, that's crazy. Our next.
Can I go back with that too, especially with NIL deals?
Yes.
I think now that I'm more in favor. Before, when it wasn't NIL deals, I was less in favor of this going through. But now that NIL deals are real,
keep in school. Let them earn what they want to
They can
earn.
make money.
Absolutely.
They're making millions of dollars now.
What's
I'm
the
not sure.
difference? They're going to make money.
Listen, they're not making millions of dollars. It's it's something like 3% of college football players are actually making, 6-figure dollar amounts.
But how many of that 3% is like the first or second round draft picks?
That's all of them.
Yeah. So that's my point.
Yeah, I just think 2 years removed from high school, I think that's a happy medium. But again, associate's degree, make it contingent. The next one, we got a little life question, random off Facebook. This was, what's the best movie of all time?
Best movie of all time.
Best movie of all time.
This
I've
is-
got mine, and that's just a personal favorite of
This
mine.
is the easiest question.
I know where you're going to
we've ever
go.
asked. You have to know.
Grab the cannoli, leave the gun.
It's the Godfather.
Leave the gun, grab the cannoli. Yeah. I knew where you were going to go.
Godfather.
So I didn't pick The Godfather because we watched that probably a million times together.
On this day of your daughter's wedding.
Yeah,
I hope their first child is a masculine child.
Why does that guy just keep repeating himself?
It's a very scary man, Kay. It's a very scary man.
I went with one or two, either Shawshank Redemption
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
or Forrest Gump. I love that's a personal favorite.
Forrest Gump's a phenomenal movie.
It's a great movie.
It is.
Lieutenant Dan? You kidding me?
I edge to Shawshank on that one because of the wonderful Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
The only guilty
Classic.
man in Shawshank.
Oh, that was
Only guilty
great.
man in Shawshank.
You
Right here.
deserve a victory for that one.
That was amazing.
I'm very
He's-
impressed with you.
Morgan Freeman, man.
Way better than any impression I've ever did on the show.
Thank you. We try.
That is true.
I have
Way better.
I have
Way
Godfather as well.
Look
but
at
I have
that.
a personal favorite of mine, A Lion in Winter. It's
Never seen it.
Thank you. I know, history nerd. It's an old movie, King Henry. Again, it's great. It's all about palace intrigue. It's a king and his. You guys, I know. Let me nerd out. Let me nerd out a little bit.
What just happened?
Listen,
Hold on.
listen.
Hold on.
A Lion in Winter is okay. See if this sounds familiar, Mr. Godfather, which I have Godfather on there. A king in his old age has 3 sons to pick from. One of them's going to inherit the kingdom. Should he give it to the oldest son,
Give
who
it to
probably is a war hero, doesn't deserve it? Should he give it to the young son, who he wants to give it to but doesn't want it? Or the middle son, who's just greedy?
It sounds like The Godfather.
This is the Godfather before the Godfather.
You got me falling asleep during your description.
It's great. Has one of the greatest monologues in the history of movie. Listen, hate it all you want, Lion and Windsor.
The Lion and the Cub. The Lion.
what was it?
Two
bears in a cave.
I cannot wait.
I already forgot.
Till Frank goes up to he's gonna be like, Paul said Lion King was the greatest movie. Oh, the Lion King. It was like the Lion King 1.5.
Yeah, the Lion King in a den.
Whatever, man.
Hey, you craving some bacon?
All right, so next one we got a sports question. This one came. There were several questions coming from the same person. Retired Sergeant Major Nelson.
Please watch this, please. I hope
This is
you
so
comment.
good.
This is if you check our YouTube page and see the comments, you'll see like 3 different versions of Paul Nelson.
That's
we
right.
We are not original with names in my family. My father is Paul Nelson. I am Paul.
so confused on how to answer who or what.
I just
Frank,
like
the first time it showed up on YouTube, you're like, Paul, are you commenting on our own video?
it's Paul. Why, man? You're going after Alex. Save that for the pod. I was like, no, that's Dad.
That's
He is just going off. So
I take it. I love it.
appreciate the views. Appreciate the comments. He says, "What do the Jets do with Zach Wilson going forward?"
Oh, I got it. Can I go first?
Yes.
Sure.
Trade Ham. Trade Ham.
Trade
Trade Ham.
Is that a Thanksgiving meal?
Yeah, because if they get a 3rd round pick, they're
Trade
getting
Ham?
value.
What do you think it is?
If they get a 3rd round pick, they're getting value at this point.
Really?
I do think
he goes for a 3rd round pick?
No way.
If they get a 3rd round pick, I think they're getting value.
I'll tell you what I do if I'm the Jets.
He's tragic, Bronson.
At this point, you got to be patient. Get a mentor. Hire a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator that can help. Salah, Robert, listen. If I've ever said anything that makes sense, Salah Robert.
Salah Roberto.
No, listen, Robert. Listen, man. That kid needs some legit help.
Linda, listen.
You don't throw away 1st round picks like that. Linda, stop. Listen.
Pop.
Yeah.
Pop-up house.
Pitney.
So
Get a mentor.
I don't know that they can get a new OC.
Mentos.
I think that team is set up to go
Fail.
down. Well, yeah, I agree as a Bills fan, but I think again the New Jersey Jets are set up to they can't go with a young quarterback. So I do think Wilson needs to go somewhere else. Ideally, you'd like to see him go somewhere where a young coach like Sean McVay can say, all right, listen, Stafford's probably got a couple years. I think he's 34 years old. All right, let's get you in here. I think I'm kind of with you. If they got a 3rd round pick, like it's probably more like a 4th round pick now.
Yeah.
Take a flyer on it.
That's why I say if they get a 3rd round,
the Rams-
it's value.
I Rams don't
at this
care about the
point,
picks anyway.
You bring in a veteran. You give him the Aaron Rodgers treatment. Let him sit. Let him learn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
the opposite. You bring in a veteran and you get rid of him.
I think it's
I don't
more
think
like
you get rid of him.
it's like the Geno Smith treatment, right? Go somewhere else and hope it works out. I think if Eric Bieniemy gets the Houston job, I wouldn't mind seeing him go to Houston, and maybe he turns into the bridge quarterback. Maybe we have a Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers thing where they draft a guy who's young. They let the young guy sit, let Zach kind of figure it out on the field with Eric Bieniemy and see what it goes.
You know, if that happens, Dallas might actually have a chance against them,
Against who?
the Texans.
We beat them.
Like to actually beat them well, not like just win by luck.
what does that even mean?
Another
Beat them well. Who are you?
Like beat them by more than a
Well,
last second.
beat them
Thank
well.
God this happened.
Wait a second, how'd this well get here, and why are we beating it?
yeah, why are we
See,
beating
listen,
them well?
Cowboys fans are the best front runners ever, and you know they're not front running when I keep hearing around the office. It's not how you win; it's how many wins.
I got a question.
I want to know.
The
Like,
same
this
thing
is-
that the Vikings.
first
fans
of all,
say
I don't
right
think
now.
you could talk about a Cowboy fan when you're not a fan of anybody.
I didn't say I was a Cowboys fan. I said the Cowboys fans around the office.
No, I didn't say
It's you.
I said you're not a fan
You
of
said
anybody.
you're not a fan, so you can't talk about other
I
fans.
can talk about anybody
You
I
can't
want.
talk about fans.
I'm
You're not a-
freelance.
first, get a team.
I'm fan by hire. You win me my fantasy
He's
football
so
league.
fair
I am
weather.
a fan of you.
Fan for hire, not of hire.
Yeah,
that one too.
Frankenism, friend of hire.
Fan of
a
hire.
friend of
You're
ours.
a fan of something. I did. It's funny you mentioned
Joel.
Vikings because I thought, the Vikings are interesting. Do they bring him in and he competes with Kellen Mond to be the backup? And that's an interesting
Maybe.
place too. This is my favorite question, so I'm glad we're hitting it. This comes from one of my students at Cumberland High School, Katron Lynch. Shout out, Katron.
Shout out.
This is probably the question I've been thinking about the most. The best form of a potato. What is the best form of a potato? We might have to have a potato draft. Alex and I were talking.
Yeah, I think the potato comes in many fantastic forms.
It
If you
does.
sit there and seriously think about it,
So
We have a couple chefs here, and then we have some big fat guy sitting in the middle who likes eating potatoes.
you got
So
potato salad.
background.
Twice baked.
We used to own restaurants.
Yeah, for sure. But
yeah, y'all did.
not even being the case. More than I enjoyed owning a restaurant was I like to eat. Potatoes happen to be one of my favorite
We're
things.
3 for 3.
So
yeah, we're 3 for
versatile.
3 there.
Probably the most versatile.
You could do anything with a potato.
the most
versatile.
main, the most versatile vegetable
It's not
in the history
controversial.
of restaurants.
It is versatile.
Versatile.
All right, my favorite form of baked potato, though. I'll go first. I'll lead us off
potato
here.
I'm guessing it's baked potato now.
No, it is a just a
'Cause you just
loaded
said-
baked potato.
You said favorite form of baked potato, so I'm just going to say you gave away your answer.
favorite form of potato
was
would be
good.
a loaded baked potato. I want it
Good.
with
Classic.
I want it crispy on the outside, fluffy
Okay.
on the
Salty
inside.
on the outside too, right?
Yeah, a little salt wrapped in foil, salted up, oil it up.
Twice baked or just regular baked?
Twice baked is great, but just a baked
Okay.
potato,
So-
just a
so-
crispy, fluffy inside. Sour cream, butter, cheese, bacon.
Chives?
I,
Not a chives fan?
I don't care for the chives. I don't care.
It's good. It's good.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's good,
But
but
I
like-
want heavy amounts of pepper on my baked potato.
Yeah. Pro chef tip: if you want to make your baked potatoes crispy when you're baking them in the oven, don't put them in aluminum foil.
Now, you
Don't
can
do it.
foil them with oil.
Because when you foil them though, the enemy of crispiness is moisture. You capture the moisture
capture the
inside,
moisture.
and it makes your baked potato less crispy.
I foil mine, finish them for 5 minutes without the foil, high heat with oil on them.
I go the
Crisp
whole
'em
way.
up.
I go the whole way without it.
That's dangerous. But
Air
that's
fryer
good.
baked potatoes are legendary.
Air fryers are cheating, but it's cool.
How's it cheating?
I'm pretty sure they're going to come out
We
in
both
20
got
years and be
families with multiple
air fryers
kids.
are the reason you don't have hair. Like,
No, that's
I don't
microwaves.
know.
Russia outlawed them, but fully automatic AK-47s are legal.
That's
I-
right.
So
I
there's
have-
a thing there.
I have stopped taking notes on scorekeeping, and I've just started taking notes on
Where's
this.
Joe?
Listen, where's shout out Mr.
Shout
Dumas
out.
again is loving
Every
this
episode
segment.
you're making your way. into this.
Frank, what's your best form of the potato?
Nick's favorite, which is mine,
Nick's favorite.
is mashed.
Just a good mash.
No, not just a good mash. Mashed because of its versatility.
Okay.
Because the potato's already versatile.
Potato cake. You can make potato cake with mashed potato.
No,
versatile.
you can make potato cake.
Okay.
You can make garlic mash,
You can make garlic.
Turn
bacon
it
cheddar
into
mash,
Forrest
Roasted
Gump.
garlic
I can
mash.
tell you all
way
like,
too much butter mash,
Sour cream.
sour cream on that joint, loaded mashed potatoes.
Loaded mashed potatoes.
It's almost as good as loaded baked potatoes. I will give you the edge there. When they come in loaded, I will say I will prefer a baked potato over it. But mash for me, and it was close to like 75 other
Instant
things. that
mashed?
came in. Instant mash is a legend if
That's
you
a
know
thing,
what you're
bro.
doing. If you
That's a
know what
thing.
you're doing, instant mash can be legendary.
Instant mash is a game saver with 3 kids at home. Wife, we get home late. Boom, instant mash.
If you use actual like quality ingredients in your cheap instant mash,
Correct.
phenomenal.
You can
outcomes
fancy
happen.
anything up.
You just got to
Ask
take your
my
time.
wife.
Check
Church it up.
YouTube. There's plenty of versions. A little bit of heavy cream, salt, pepper, butter, kosher salt. Don't use that cheap, but don't use the cheap salt.
Okay, well,
Not if you're trying to make it well.
while you're YouTubing that, make sure you subscribe to the 3 for 3
just check
podcast.
it out on our channel.
And listen,
'cause we
hit the
just told you.
notification ding bell for every time we drop an episode.
Hit the like.
Pops up.
Do all that.
Killing it.
So some answers I got because, listen, the last 5 minutes of class is normally a, hey, let's throw out a weird question. You know, is a Cheeto a chip, guys? Hey, is cereal
Cheetos
a
are a
soup?
chip.
I love doing that stuff with kids. It helps. You know, we talk about stuff. So that's I always have one student say, "Hey Nelson, this is your time to shine," and so I talk about that, and then I get on to the next. Get on to, hey, this is what we're
They
doing
just
next
want to
couple
stop
days.
doing work, and they're like, hopefully
that-
I can trigger him.
Listen, as good teachers know, toward the end of the day, we're just going to go ahead and last 5 minutes of class. It's time to build relationships with those kids.
That's
okay, it's
right.
time
We are-
to. We've done our academic thing for 45 minutes. We're good. This is a
we are
let's bring it down.
landing the plane.
So, some answers I got: sweet potato pie,
Sweet potato.
and I was like, oh, okay,
Still a potato.
Yeah, I got.
So versatile.
I got. Let's see. The kid Katron who asked me this said potato salad. Nobody thinks of that.
Potato
That's
salad.
Epic.
so. But my
Potato
pick.
salad.
Maybe the best version of cold
You could do
salad.
it Amish style, country style, southern
Yeah.
style, northern style. There's so many styles.
A lot of styles. A lot of style points. I said.
What the heck is a northern style potato salad?
I don't know. It's one where they don't put
Did you
nothing
just make
in
that
it.
up? Good
it's-
for you.
You
Thank you.
throw a potato at the snow and say melt. That's northern style. Mine. I'm going crispy hash browns. You can eat for breakfast. It can be a
Lovely.
side for
Lovely.
dinner. That's
Love
what I'm
it.
going.
I want ketchup and hot sauce.
Hot sauce?
Yes, on my hash
See,
browns.
I love I'm shout out to Huddle House, but you can make that smothered version with the good
Gross.
biscuit, the gravy on it.
Good call.
Cheese. You could put any type of for the listeners that don't know.
total fat guy segment.
Professor P over
we
here.
shout out Huddle House.
You're welcome.
He doesn't eat vegetables, but you could put lots of veggies on there and they all work,
That's partially true. I don't eat the food my food eats. Okay.
which is all vegetables.
Yeah,
I like peas. I like peas. Whatever. So the next question, again, great question. Next month, hit us up with our food questions. Again, you'll see we'll have a couple. Maybe we have a potato draft coming up. I don't know. The next question, sports question: do the Lions draft a quarterback with the first round pick? Now, just to set the stage, that's what you guys pay me to do for free.
Thank you.
It looks like the 7th pick and like the 16th or 17th pick. So, if you are the GM of the Lions, are you selecting a quarterback? Frank?
You want to go first, Frank? Go first.
Yeah, one word. Absolutely.
Nice. Okay.
Agree to disagree.
All right. Go ahead.
I say no. You have to build out if you're that team. They have a good thing going. Top 3 needs:
Were they-
cornerback, defensive tackle, linebacker. You can get 2 out of the 3 in the first round. Difference makers. That's what I'm doing if I'm Detroit Lions.
Nice. I think I lean toward yes. I don't know that Jared Goff. I think this is the perfect time to build that bridge. I think
At
it's
7?
I think it's okay.
At
So
7?
if you guys paid attention to the last episode and if you didn't watch it, go see it. When we talked about Lions versus Jets, who has the better future? Remember, they have 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. So we're not talking about a team that's draft poor. We're talking about
No.
a team that can go ahead, trade up from 7 if they wanted to, and still have plenty of draft capital.
But at what point do you think that you have too many needs to?
To have a quarterback?
No, I mean I think Jared Goff has been a good bridge quarterback
I don't think they need.
Very good. You said
I
the
think
answer.
Yeah,
Bridge.
I think you can go ahead
for another year.
This is the year where Will Levis might be there at 7, and if you talk about from what everybody's saying, analysts, you have executives saying if there's any guy in this draft who's similar to Josh Allen, where when Josh Allen came out, they were like, man, he can do some stuff. He's the accuracy issues, but he can sling the ball. He's athletic. They're looking at Will Levis and saying, this year looked ugly. Last year looked better, but you know what? The tools are there. So
Is Josh Allen the new generation's Brett Favre?
No.
Minus the crime, the criminal stuff,
No.
trying to,
just the field activity.
Oh my God.
I think it's he might be. It might be this.
He's
I
a
think-
gunslinger.
No.
I think because of the questions in the draft. I mean, all right. So sidebar, the Josh Allen draft. It was Baker coming off a Heisman. Everybody thought, yep, he's probably going to be the first pick. Boom, he's the first pick. Sam Darnold had the most potential. Everybody said USC. I don't know about SoCal quarterback, but he has the most potential. The best pro-ready quarterback in that class was Josh Rosen. And again,
How'd that go?
yeah,
Shout out Cardinals.
hey, the very next year, Kyler Murray, hey, we'll holler at you. And Josh Allen was seen as he's a project. We don't know if he really can play quarterback.
But he could throw the ball 90 yards.
Yeah, he can throw the ball over the mountains right there.
Shout
So,
out Rico.
but
Uncle.
it's so I think the Lions can draft a quarterback this year, and I would target it because yes, Jared Goff had a great year this year. I don't know
You know
how
what I
long
think?
that stays.
The enemy of great.
I think there are 32 teams that can draft a quarterback this year.
Jared Goff is the enemy of great.
I don't think
This
there's
is good.
32 teams that can draft a quarterback this year.
No.
I don't think Buffalo's
think-
drafting quarterback. I don't
But
think
they
KC
could if they
is
want
drafting.
to.
Patty
You draft
makes
it.
whatever
Draft
name
what you want.
Joel B could be.
The,
No,
the enemy of great is good. And if I was
Don't ever forget to be good on your way to great.
yeah, but on the same time, let me think about this. Let's see. I wonder if I had a situation where I really wanted to win a championship and I traded a quarterback
The Lions.
to get a different quarterback, and then I won a Super Bowl. I wonder what
true.
quarterback got traded because he just wasn't good. It was Jared Goff got traded
Turns
because
out.
he was good and not great.
Chicken with stat boy.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
but-
it is Jared Goff.
The Lions are so far away from that.
No,
1 year
no.
removed from that.
no,
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 What is going on here?
no.
Wait, let me get this right.
The
No,
Lions they need so much help before they're on the Rams. Do you
Two.
realize the Rams had
2 players.
Aaron Donald,
Yes,
Jalen Ramsey,
they did.
Cooper Kupp, offensive line,
Okay.
linebackers were great.
Well, they got Whitworth.
They had Whitworth.
Yeah.
They didn't have offensive line. They had Whitworth.
They,
Well,
they
call it
didn't-
what you want.
They didn't have Whitworth until they got
They
Stafford.
they
Then
lost
brought in
Whitworth this year.
True.
and
They might lose.
they
McVay
brought in
this year.
Odell.
True.
What are we talking about?
They might lose.
If you
McVay
want to
this
compare
year.
weapon for weapon, the only thing that outshines.
How'd Matt Stafford work for
compare
you
the
this year?
running back situation. The running back situation in Detroit's way better than it's been.
Jamal
in
Williams, the
Rams.
trash in Green Bay.
Oh man.
Are you kidding me right now?
Wait, so what?
The trash of Green Bay?
And who else is in the backfield?
DeAndre Swift.
Versus Cam, okay, we're going to release
Georgia
you.
Bulldogs.
Oh, wait, we traded everybody else. You're going to start now, Akers?
Swift is about as healthy as Joel Embiid. So
I'm just saying, there are...
So you'd pick, who do you pick for center though? Would you pick Swift or Embiid?
I think Swift's the better running back.
He said Swift. Well, Swift would have more assists, I think.
Here we go.
All right, so continuing with the NFL train, this is a fun one. Who will retire first? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russ Wilson.
It's got to be Rodgers.
No,
It's got to be Rodgers.
you think so?
It has to be. How's it not?
I had Brady.
Brady's going to ride this train till he's 50, bro.
I had Brady. Who do you have?
TB12. I have the statistician of our group. Shout out to the 3-point gunner, Lane LaFata. He says Russ Wilson.
Ooh.
Here, come on, all at the same time.
That's it.
The statistician of the group says Russ Wilson. I have zero faith in that choice. Unlike your 3-point shot. But
Oh man, that was good. That was good.
TB12 though he is as old
45.
as Joe Louis was when he fought Rocky Marciano.
Joe Louis was 8. He
was 147 years old.
You always want to
He
say
still
Rocky
beat
Marciano.
Joe Louis.
That's right. He was better. He
Joe
was
Louis?
stronger.
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis, 147 years
He
old.
hit harder.
That was good. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. It could just be for things outside of football.
Correct, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think Russ Wilson. I'm going to go with Tom Brady just because I think that he probably only has football going for him right now, but I do think it ends sooner than the other two.
Man.
And I think Aaron Rodgers is petty, and he's like, no, you're not.
Aaron
lasting
Rodgers is
longer
also
than me.
dating the heiress to the Milwaukee Bucks,
Okay.
the daughter of that.
Well, that's cool.
So if he retires, because the man's got money and it's not
I think he had
his.
money
He had
before he met
before,
her.
Yeah.
But she got Mo.
Another quarterback from
Mo Williams, shout out.
from quarterbacks who could be retiring to one who is probably going to be the comeback player of the year in terms of quarterbacks, maybe. Geno Smith, has he played into his way into a starting for Seattle next year? What do you think?
Yes.
Not only yes, but he's going to sign an extension for $35 million a year.
$35 million a year. You really think so?
That's the word on the street, bro.
What word do you
what's-
hear?
I had my ear on the
What's-
pavement. I
what
was like,
street
what
are
is
you
what are we
on,
talking
man?
about?
talking to Chuck.
The streets over there with the colors and stuff.
You ain't ta-
It's the colors.
you must be talking to Brad Pitt.
Who would talk? Interview with the vampire.
Oh, Moneyball.
Okay. I said yes, but only as a bridge quarterback. I think he's, again,
You mean a Jared Goff?
Seattle.
Teddy Bridgewater.
but Seattle has a couple picks this year. And because they have Denver's pick, one of those picks is probably going to be like the third one in the draft.
That's tough.
So I think they're able to say, we're going to take this guy, and Geno will give you, $28 million, $25 million to stick around for the next couple of years.
I don't think so.
We'll see. Another quarterback who has played really well. No, we're not talking Brock Purdy. Frank, you can calm down. We are talking about Baker Mayfield. So where will Baker be next year? That was the question we got.
Backup in Los Angeles is the Rams' backup.
Oh, I thought you were going Chargers.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's going to be a Ram.
Good for you.
I think he's going to stick with the Rams.
That's your team.
It's not my
your
I don't
team.
own
That's
that
your team.
That was your
I'm
team.
rooting for the Bills for the rest of this
That's
year.
your team. So
Die-hard Bills fan. For
Fine.
rental.
I said I don't have a clue where he's going to be. I'd like to see him in Washington Commanders.
No, I don't want no.
I would.
Isn't he just
as
a-
a Dallas fan?
Is he a different version of Sam Howell?
As a Dallas fan,
As a Dallas fan?
as the circle continues.
I'd love to see him.
Oh my gosh!
And my second choice was this one's for you.
the Giants,
No.
the Eagles.
What is San Francisco going to do with Garoppolo? They got to let him go. Trey Lance. What do you do with that guy when he's healthy? They got to trade him. You know who needs a backup?
No, you don't have to do any of that.
Purdy needs a
You don't
backup.
have to do any of that.
Baker's
Baker
Purdy's
backing
backup.
up Purdy.
We have the first pick and the last pick.
That's what I'm saying.
Trade-
That's pretty good.
That's what I'm
Two-winning
saying.
quarterback-
That's
You got rid of
pretty
two winning
good.
quarterbacks.
That's a 3-pointer for you, buddy. That was
Bro.
good.
Why would you trade Trey Lance?
You have to.
Why?
If you're
'Cause
starting
he's not
Purdy,
as good as Purdy.
No,
Hey.
to have
You don't have
Baker
to trade
Mayfield as
you
your backup.
can't keep a man on the team who loses his job to a health condition. Like he lost his job because he got hurt. The first loss is to Garoppolo, who outplayed him. Then Garoppolo just lost his job to Brock Purdy because he's outplaying.
So
He
is
didn't
this,
lose
this is
his
the
job to Garoppolo,
the
he was
Bledsoe
hurt.
effect?
This is the Bledsoe effect
Okay.
3 times.
Yeah, the Bledsoe effect.
It would
Okay.
be very Brady-esque, but no.
All right, so I actually sided with you, Frankie. I said the same thing. He returns to L.A.
I thought nobody would do that.
27 years old. Again, Stafford's 34. It's a great, hey, stay here.
That's so advantageous.
That's
2 years as a backup.
I think,
Stafford turns 36. You turn 28, 29. You're
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, and I think
McVay doesn't last that long.
if we know,
I think Baker makes McVay want to stay.
I think if we know, well, I think McVay's gone no matter what, but
Thank you.
but I think there'll be somebody who wants that job. The next life question: what's the best cereal? This was another
This is
one of
so easy.
one from my students. What's the best cereal? And I was like, oh, I think I have an answer.
I'm gonna reserve to wait till last because I guarantee nobody picks mine.
All right,
If you guys pick my cereal, I would be shocked.
I'm going cinnamon toast crunch.
I went Cinnamon
Shout
Toast
out
Crunch.
to Lucas Salvatore Lafata. That's definitely his
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is,
the best.
is the
Is that for
superstar
you
in the
guys?
league in my
You
You
house.
eat it dry. You
Yeah.
can have it with milk. It's great as a
Wow.
snack.
Wow. Yeah, that's Lucas's like, if it ain't cinnamon toast crunch, you better make me eggs.
Yeah, it's a superstar to my kids.
That last spoonful. Yeah.
We even get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch like snack bags.
Cinnamon toast churros. You got cinnamon French toast. You got all, but cinnamon toast crunch original.
Shout out to the Ray Allen of the Central Middle School Bobcats, Lane Lafata.
What?
He and me share an affinity for a nice bowl of ice cold milk and Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles has been my
It's
been my weakness for a long time. Long time there.
Cocoa Pebbles fan over here. But
Cocoa?
I
Cocoa's
always
decent,
liked the
but
cocoa better.
fruity,
I did
fruity
like the
is
cocoa better.
different.
And I did have an alternate.
Okay.
Mine would have been Golden Grams.
Shocker.
Shocker that you
Alex
have more than one
has,
pick.
has more than one pick.
Shocker.
I'm just letting it be known.
Yeah, I'm a serial killer. I do like cereal.
Yeah.
I don't have cereal with milk. I'm a non-milk cereal guy.
Shut
I'm not
up.
lactose.
Better put some water on that.
No, I saw my
Listen.
dad not have milk in the house one time, and he put coffee in cereal. And he's like, "Gotta eat it." I'm like,
I'm not lactose.
"What?"
Better put some water on that, boy.
I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm like lactose unlikable.
Me too.
So,
but
yeah.
sometimes,
Don't do it.
sometimes
Milk.
it's got to go down. Just like good ice cream.
I don't care what kind of milk. Almond milk's good. Regular milk, 2%.
You're tripping. You're
All-
not just
all the
putting
way.
anything in there. You ain't putting skim
Milk
in
the
there.
cow,
You
whatever
ain't
you
putting
gotta
skim
do.
in there.
Skim
You ain't
milk.
putting skim in there.
Milk the goat, milk the cow. I don't
Looking
care.
at me and
Not
you,
doing any of that.
and my co-host, skim is not in our household.
No, we're 2% in my house.
Yeah, we're 2% also because we think it's better, but it's not.
It's not better.
Whole milk, baby.
It's just watered down whole
Good for
milk.
you, Paul. Good
That's
for you.
I know who I am. Okay, I don't need that question answered.
He's a strong
I know
type
who I am.
of fat.
Let's see. We got next. What team will Sean Payton coach next year? What do you think?
So I don't have no. I'm the Dallas Cowboys or Southeast Mississippi High School Jaguars.
I thought you were going Mud Dogs, Water Boy.
I also said my beloved Dallas Cowboys. If not the Cowboys, I don't see him taking a job this year. Sit it out again.
So I at first I said L.A. Chargers. He moved the family out to L.A. last year because he does. But if they have a little if they have a little run, what's that?
The Rams, if they lose McVay,
Yeah, I mean,
Peyton
that's-
would roll right into.
I think
Payton
he
doesn't want that
I think
job.
he wants a
He
young
wants a
quarterback.
great team.
But I did put Dallas after a first round exit.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that's just listen. That has to happen. That's the team of
That
destiny
would be
for Sean
the
Payton.
poetic.
If we don't if we don't get to the conference championship game, Sean Payton's our coach.
Can I make you happy?
No.
Prediction. I want to make you happy. Prediction.
Please
Sean
finish that
Payton-
sentence.
Sean Payton becomes head coach, not
Okay.
quarterback, but head coach.
Could be quarterback too.
Dallas wins 3 Super Bowls in the next 6 years.
Easy.
I think they go.
Easy.
They go back to.
Here's my problem. Here,
Does Patrick Mahomes get traded there?
no, but Dak
Does Josh
Prescott's
Allen?
not the
Oh.
quarterback.
no. Here's what I think.
Maybe
I think
Kirk
when you
Cousins.
look at the Dallas Cowboys, I think Dak Prescott. Each player has a ceiling that they reach with their current coaching staff.
Okay.
I think Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy have brought the Cowboys as far as they can bring them.
10, 11 wins.
I think they're a 11 to 12 win team.
Voice gets stale.
I think we're out in the playoffs.
So this is like Andy Reid in Philadelphia. It was
Correct.
like, hey, we just need a different
And
direction.
then look what Reed was able to do, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to you for making a random question into a Cowboy segment.
Thank you, appreciate that. So I think that Dak,
That is-
I think Dak Prescott,
I'm going to give him 5 points.
I think
great.
Dak
That was
Prescott has reached
sneaky.
his ceiling with this team, with this coaching
Notoriety.
staff.
You get 2 points for recognizing that.
Thank you.
Sean Payton is a genius, offensive genius. He will not even
Now,
hire an offensive coordinator.
Saying that, if he ends up being the coach of the Giants, the Redskins, or the Eagles, he is no longer a genius.
No, at that point, Sean Payton sucks.
It's just I don't know if you guys figured this world out.
Right, exactly.
But it spins in that direction
all right. Let's roll.
So we got to let's ride.
after he finishes the Cowboy segment.
So we got another life question. What life skills? This ties beautifully to our last. If you didn't listen and watch our last episode, we did parenting advice,
Yes.
which was amazing.
It was good.
Which
it was
we
good.
we crushed. So go back a couple days. Make sure you re-listen to episode 5 with our parenting advice.
It's worth an hour and 16 minutes of your life.
It holds
really
true.
is.
What life skills are important for a father to teach their son?
Who wants to go first?
I do.
Go.
So I said changing the oil in your car, putting on a spare tire.
Is that a life skill?
Yes, it absolutely is a life
Okay.
skill.
I went way deeper than that.
Me too.
And then
My bad.
He's surface
said-
scratching. I went in.
I said just doing laundry. How many times I see kids that are like, yeah. I was like, man, this you've worn that like 7 times. It's time to give it a wash.
Everything's dirty.
No, I don't. I don't know how to do it. You know how many times kids showed up at college and they were like, yeah, I don't know how to do laundry.
I
That's
see
a
where you
problem.
went with this, though.
So those are life skills that I said and they're important to teach your
Like
son.
hunting, carving animals, that kind of thing.
Carving
didn't-
animals.
You know what they do? Scalp them or something like that.
I am so proud.
What do they
just-
do with them? Thanks, appreciate you though.
What you went
Scalping
deep.
animals.
So I went,
So what-
I went way different.
I was proud of you, and then you went
Did you
scalping
I didn't
animals.
did you say stuff like honesty? That's stuff like that.
No, to teach my
I did.
son.
I did.
I did
you?
too.
Yeah, we want
I think,
mental.
I think there were two things.
See if
that,
they're skills.
yeah, I think two things that
Skills or
matter the
characteristics?
most.
mental skills.
Yeah, they're skills.
Nunchuck skills.
Nunchuck skills.
Computer hacking
computer hacking
skills.
skills. They wanted me to join their gang, but are you interested in pictures with Deb? Yeah, glamour shots with Deb for sure. But anyways, lifetime skills. I went respecting women. Like I think there's value in showing them how you treat your wife, and just a respect in general. The second thing that I put was take responsibility.
You
If
had
it's
two
on
answers.
you, it's you.
Said
Like-
what skills? It's plural, so you can pick 2.
Yeah, it's skills with an S, right?
Yeah, it's not a Z.
Yeah, but
Right.
if there's a chance to take
She
one
got
answer
skills. Shout out all for one.
that pays the bills,
That
that's
pay-
not the right skills
No,
we're teaching.
okay, but listen. No, this
All
is for the
for
son.
one.
He better not. So listen. No, but I think respect and
Responsibility.
owning. Your own responsibility.
Okay, Frank.
Shout out to the
Scalping of
Steph
animals.
Curry of the Central Middle School Bobcats, Lane LaFada.
Shout out Lane.
This is like his 5th shout out, man. That
He,
kid's
um,
getting play.
He just
NIL
gave-
deal.
He just said playing catch with your son is the life skill that helps bond for eternal.
Playing
That's what
catch.
he wanted to
Eternal.
say.
Jesus, that went real deep.
I
Bonding
said-
for eternal. That's a Frankenism.
I say teaching a kid to push through anything, as in like mentally, like if you're hurt, you still got to do your job. If you're sick, you still got to go. You still got to figure it out. Like when it comes to being a good human, when when the odds are against you, you still got to figure it out. You got to make it happen. So
Okay, I was about
teaching
to say,
your kid
like, if you got the flu
mentally
and you're
push
sick,
through-
you're not a good human now because you're in the bed.
no, but learning if you got something, if your kid's sick and you're sick, you better get up and do something.
Absolutely, 100%.
You got to push
I-
through it.
I don't think you guys read the question right, but I'm going to leave it up to the
I did.
commenter.
Is
Is that not a life skill?
I don't think that. I don't think these. I think these are characteristics that you want to instill in your kid, not life skills. I think
a skill
I
can
think
be
when
a
we're
mental
talking
skill.
about. I think when we're talking life skills, it's
hacking
actually,
skill.
you guys are just.
Shout out to not having a midweek meeting this week.
Yeah,
So,
I think you guys got the. I think you're doing an assignment. It's just the wrong assignment.
yeah.
Well, that,
Do we get an A for effort?
no, I don't give those
Okay,
out.
whatever.
There's no A for effort. Do the assignment. That's you get a redo.
I did.
That's what
2
you
plus
did.
2 is 6.
That's,
I can read.
that's okay.
No.
All right. So the next one we have.
I can read.
We have a baseball question. What would be the biggest surprise for next baseball season? You
Alex
gotta-
watches a game.
you gotta love this. Alex watches a game.
One game.
One game. Okay.
Over under. Alex watches more baseball
He's-
games than I read books this year.
That's actually a good one. What happens
Can
to
we write that one down?
baseball games?
Full baseball games, all 9 innings.
No,
versus-
just majority.
No,
you're
no.
not going to read the full book. You're going to
Books.
read the back and call it
Well,
a book.
I'm gonna kill you then because I never finish a book. Usually,
Let
that's
us
the problem.
know who you think is more likely. Is it more likely Alex watches more baseball games or Frank reads more books?
That's what I'm saying.
He has 350 days.
I wanna
left.
know-
I wear short shorts.
I want to know what Uncle Sam is handicapping this at because this could
This is
be
great.
This could be
This
even
is
money.
epic.
This could be a good one.
This is it came up randomly,
This is
intellectually
good.
into this cranium, and
Jesus.
I don't know.
Cranium.
I don't know. I really don't know the
So
answer.
this
That's a
is-
correct
Give me a great
cranium.
one.
So if no, because he can watch multiple different games. I was
How-
going to say if you read
I can
100
split screen, have
How
one
many
on
7
TV.
out of 9 inning games did you watch last year?
What is it?
How many 7 out of 9 inning of a game did you watch last year?
How many
None.
did I make the 7 innings?
None.
At least make 7 out of the 9 innings. Is it 1?
I think it was like 2.
Bull. I call liar.
No, it was 2.
Liar.
It was, but it
Name
was.
them because you're gonna remember them.
I don't know. I don't remember them.
Do you even remember the teams?
No, who played for the championship?
You didn't watch the World Series.
I did watch the
No,
World
you
Series.
did. You didn't watch more.
I
Of the World
watched
Series
2
than me.
games. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of it.
Who were in the World Series?
I don't remember.
Can you name me one of them?
No, not at all. Was
Somebody
it the
won it. You couldn't. You watched it.
Was it the Astros?
Plus the Astros. Good
Yeah,
job,
thank
buddy.
you.
Sorry. That's a
Boom.
So my point
Watched
is with Pujols breaking the record, Judge breaking the record,
Yep.
Yachty going out like a pimp.
Okay. Or like a baseball player.
Or
He's a catcher.
just a catcher.
All the phenomenal
decent
things
catcher.
that happened this year. Some of the most beautiful baseball was ever played was in this season. And you said I watched the World Series with the most hated team.
Oh, I don't care about that.
You know what? As a Cowboys fan, you should be an Astros fan.
I wouldn't. I am not an Astros fan.
That's what's the games you watch.
Frank,
No.
what did
When you
have? What's-
provided evidence.
Oh, jeez. We're going
That's
sports
what you
court
brought.
all day. What did you have, Frank? Alex watches games.
He doesn't even remember the question.
What's the biggest surprise for baseball next season?
I had 2.
Okay. They pulled it, Alex.
But my number one
Reverse
is
card?
Pete Rose gets inducted into the Hall of
Oh.
Fame.
That's not a surprise. They're gonna.
That would
allow
be
What
a
do you mean?
huge
That would be
surprise.
They're gonna
crazy.
allow that finally.
Listen,
That
remember,
would be a
remember Stay in Your Lane?
huge
No, but they've
surprise.
been talking about it. I've read about it 100 times.
You've read about it,
That would be a huge
or
surprise.
the Padres trading Fernando Tatis Jr. But I actually think Pete. I know I do too. I think Pete Rose Hall of Fame would be epic. And I think it's what it needs. I think it's time.
I'd like to see it. I had the Orioles winning the AL East, which if you watch baseball, that would mean
Shut out
that-
Orioles.
It says biggest surprise. So Orioles winning the AL East. That means the Yankees, the
Red
Blue
Sox.
Jays, the Jays. Red Sox already suck.
You-
but tell me that would not be the biggest surprise. If the Baby Birds ended up winning the AL East,
That's like
that's end of time stuff.
saying the Pirates are going to win the World Series. I give that the same odds.
Yeah,
I think the Orioles
should have picked
have
that.
No, what are we trying to have shock value here?
It's the question.
That's the question, is
check
surprise.
the assignment. Biggest surprise.
You should have sent Nick Wright answers.
Nick Wright. My biggest surprise is Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, and then comes out and plays a game.
Yeah, that would have been. That has as much chance as the Orioles winning that division.
So I want to skip down. Let's see some other
So
questions.
you thinking Rushman's going to be to man?
I mean, he looked good last year.
He looks great.
Let's see. World Cup reaction. Who should have won? Who cares? We're not going to talk
Yeah, we're
about
not,
crap.
yeah.
That's soccer.
Argentina.
I thought you were going to go Italy.
Italy didn't
no.
make the World Cup. I can't.
Worst
do it.
offensive coordinator.
Easy.
I picked Greg Roman.
I have 3.
Can you,
Actually, I have 4.
Gosh. 4 offense. There go, losers. Okay.
My number 1 is Matt Patricia.
Okay. That's a good one, actually. Yeah.
Then I have
Defensive coach.
Mike
Call plays.
LaFleur,
Okay.
Todd Downing in Tennessee, or Greg Roman in Baltimore.
Yep. Who do you have, Frankie?
why Greg Roman in Baltimore?
Because
They suck.
the offense hasn't been consistent at all.
And it's been like
consistently
it's been-
bad, I guess.
How many years has it been?
No. I have. I
We haven't cracked the Lamar code yet.
Yeah.
I have great. He won an MVP.
Check that he did.
He did.
So
And it sucked ever since.
Everybody figured it out and stopped it.
the first 3 games of the year, they were like, "Good for you for betting on yourself."
You want to put Greg Roman because Mark Andrews.
Greg Roman, because
Mark
the
Andrews, say
Baltimore
it.
Ravens costed me my fantasy football champion because you wouldn't throw the ball to Mark Andrews.
Wait a second. Let me get this right. You said Greg Roman because the Baltimore Ravens costed me.
Costed it. The costed it.
Okay, costed it. That's a good one.
That is
You
a
were
great
on a
one.
roll with words, and then you hit us with costed it.
I'm upset.
I can tell.
That was great.
You know what? I
for you,
sneakily, I picked Greg Roman, but I do want to. I think I'm changing it to Patricia
it
because
has to be Matt Patricia.
I just want to. I just want to hear Belichick just go. Next year we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick. We're trying to have Cliff Kingsbury in here.
Yeah, that's-
Matt Patricia. He did a good job. Next year, hey, we're not talking about last year. We're on the next year.
And that
We're on
offense looks
with
horrible.
the first pick in the draft. We're going to select. We're going to pick Lincoln Riley, USC. Come on, to
Shoot a door job.
Let's listen. I'm not here to talk about anything else. Thanks.
I wear short shorts.
Deflate gate.
So we're gonna keep going. I did skip a question, so don't yell at me. We're gonna finish with that question, boys. Cliff Kingsbury, should he keep his job? Really quick. Yes, no.
No, he lost his team.
Yes, they should trade Kyler Murray.
Yes.
That's mine. They should keep Cliff and trade Kyler.
No.
That's
Fire Cliff, trade Kyler.
You should have figured out Kyler. It's your
Do
fault.
both.
three
Be
more
better.
3 more questions. We're gonna go best clothing brand.
Nike.
Whatever Walmart carries.
I said whatever's free.
Shout out Walmart.
Can we get
I
a
wear short
school
shorts.
shirt? Yeah. Hey, listen. Send us free stuff. Okay. My size is double husky. I wear
His size is
I wear extra mediums. I use it for workout shirts. Best candy bar.
Easy.
Okay.
The Hershey.
Okay.
Just the classic.
almonds or not.
No, just the Hershey
I mean,
classic.
both are classic.
No, they're not.
Almonds is classic.
No.
I mean, I'm
The one that breaks into 3. And you break it, you break it, you break it. You got a little
3
yeah. Fact
breaks
check.
into 3
3.
for 3.
3 for 3, bro.
Fact check. They all break in the same way.
No, the
Not
almonds,
true.
the almonds one don't. They're solid.
They do. No, they break.
No,
No, they're solid.
I break you.
Zadrunas.
Snickers.
Snickers.
No, outplayed. Although you do need a Snickers sometimes.
So I took personal offense when I brought this up with my class, and a student said, Shari Kershaw said, Mr. Nelson, who wants to be a podcaster, she's doing her own podcast, which is nice. Shout
Good
out
for her.
She
Good
said,
for her.
Nelson, the worst one is Reese's, and I about fell out of my chair.
Reese's is my wife's pick. Shout out, wife.
The Reese's are the best, and she doesn't like. Listen, I think a original Hershey in the freezer or Reese in the Hershey.
The original Hershey, bro.
We did this.
Take 5 Reese's changed the game for my wife.
I love Take 5.
I'm not a fan of Take 5, but the Reese cup
Sometimes I'm not a fan of yours.
and the Reese Christmas tree is the best.
Easter egg.
The Easter egg's good too.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to pick.
There was
So
there
your
was.
wife has stock in Reese's.
Bro.
So what this boiled down to, it came in the classroom between Reese's and Snickers, and so this was the argument that boiled down to. And I love this because you stretch the mind in various different ways, and it stretched into
Caramel.
how do you split a Snickers? If you and your boy, like you and your
You get
your
king
bro,
size, it's automatically
you
split.
want to go ahead and this is just original. It's
true.
all just original, guys. It's got to be original. Okay. How do you split it equally in half?
I think it's you take a bite, I take a bite.
No, we're not doing no lady restraint here. We're not going to
You
meet in
take
the
a
middle.
bite. I take a bite.
Hey, yo, Joseph.
What is
You take a bite, take a
what
bite.
is wrong with
Our
you?
lips won't
On the
touch.
next episode, Frank and
You
Paul are
take-
going to share
You
Snickers.
take
why did
a
you
bite.
put us
I
there?
take
I
a
don't
bite.
know.
Why
Who
do we
does-
have to do it? Why
who
can't you
does
two
that?
do it?
Nobody does that unless it's me and my wife.
You take a bite. I take a bite.
It's not how you share a candy bar
Do
with your
not
wife.
roll up to
No.
your friends and be like, "Hey, man, can I have some of that
No-
Snickers?
no
I get a
offense.
bite. You get a bite."
I guarantee none of us share any candy bars with any of our wives. We just eat them.
First of all, that's true. Second of all, if we had Reese's, it's very easy to share. You get a cup. I get a cup.
What
That's
is
true.
sharing?
Very true.
The reason why I
And the
say
Hershey
Snickers
you can
wins
just
is
break.
because you can't share it correctly.
That might
You
be-
just need to eat the thing.
It's the. I don't know.
believe
You don't
Yeah.
when you're hungry and you need to change your attitude. You don't go get a Reese's. You get a
Frank's
Snickers.
Frank's New Year's resolution was, "I want to read more books and I'm not going to share a thing."
Yeah, that's pretty much. Pretty much.
Last question. Victor Wembanyama. Pick one. Bust or Hall of Fame?
Bust. Boom.
Hall of Fame,
I said it.
because Hall of Fame means you just got to be pretty decent.
It's the NBA.
NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the NBA Hall
He
of Fame.
plays 12
Technically,
years. He's in the Hall of Fame.
There is
Yeah.
no NBA Hall of Fame. It's
No,
basketball.
it's basketball Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. I said Hall of Fame because he can shoot, he can dribble, he can defend. Again,
Against EuroLeague players.
if you can do, yeah.
So
you
did-
can't state
EuroLeague
that he
So
does
did
it
Luka.
for the Hall of
yeah,
Fame.
guys like Luka,
Yeah.
guys like
Name
Manu
me 5 other
Ginobili,
players.
Tony Parker, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert cannot shoot and dribble.
No, you said name 5
Big
other
feet.
players.
Well, I can name players. You're right. I should just name players that played there.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I should have done that.
Should have. Be better tomorrow.
But out of all of them,
You're going to get there, bro.
out of all of them, Victor Wembanyama is not as good as any of the players you named.
Absolutely not.
I think he could be. I think the future will
Slow,
decide.
tall.
I
Don't like
love
it.
his game. I think that he is.
I think guards are going to eat him
they're
alive.
not. I don't think so.
They're going to pick him
disagree.
up at half court, and he's
How
not
long is it going to take that body to
Listen,
be NBA
I am
ready?
I am so tired of people saying that. That's the same thing they said about Steph for 10 years. Is hey, this is what Oscar Robertson went on, and he was like, you know how you defend Steph?
Yeah, but Steph's
You
fast
pick him.
and
You
very
pick him up. Wait
agile.
a second. You pick him up full court. You just pick him up. Like no coach is going. Hey, you know how we should defend Steph? Let's do what Big O said and just pick him up full court. Like that's been tried. He still picks you apart. All right, they've tried this whole idea that he can't dribble. Here we go with Jaylen Brown again over here 2.0. Hey, he can't dribble. He's gonna get picked. No, he's not.
He reminds me of Chet Holmgren.
I-
Holmgren
he's-
didn't make it through
I
the
love
NBA.
your argument.
He is so much
Preseason.
better.
I
He is
love
better
your
than Chet
argument.
Holmgren, and he proved it the 2 times they played.
I love your argument for that, but he ain't Steph Curry.
No,
Nah, bro.
So when you're saying like they said that about Steph Curry, that's because Steph Curry.
the argument was, hey, they'll just pick him up full court.
No, I said half.
You
court.
think great? They've been doing that at Eurobasket, and you know
Again,
what?
it's Eurobasketball.
He just made.
It's not Marcus Smart on that.
Jeez, you
don't got Jaylen Brown
I
in
get
his
that-
grill.
I get that. Again,
to
I
you, starter at the All Star game.
he is. the starter.
I mean, at
He's
this
gonna be
point,
a
I think
starter
Kyrie
All-Star.
Irving would pick his pocket.
Jesus.
Way to
Just
throw in a
trying.
Kyrie reference.
And then he would post on social media about something he shouldn't and probably get suspended for 10
Probably
games.
try to make Victor Wembanyama mad.
That's it.
Ant-Man is going to say something controversial to him.
We'll see.
Shout out Ant Man.
Shout out
And
to
Deadpool.
Ant-Man. Shout out to Deadpool.
Wolverine.
Really? Okay. Let's see. So that's all for the 3 for 3
This was
forum.
fun. Love the forum.
3
Thank
for
you
3
guys for asking
podcast.
questions.
Remember, check us out on
Lot of
Facebook,
fun.
YouTube, Instagram. Hit us up on our TikTok. All right. Check out our videos. The all important who won the episode.
You didn't mention soon to be in Spotify.
Soon to be in Spotify.
Soon to
It's
be
coming.
on Spotify. Yeah.
coming.
It's coming. We're excited. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, talk to your friends, see us in the street. Hey, email us, ask us questions. All right, hit us up. The next 3 for 3 forum will be in February. We look forward to that. Sports, life, everything in between. The winner of today's podcast, hands down, it was Frank. Frank definitely
Frank
won the
killed it
episode.
tonight. Yeah, he
you
killed it.
crushed it. The playing catch, the boy was swole. I think did that.
He did. He came back. He looked
Boy
scary.
was swole. So
He's scary.
I would say that I finally finished third. So that's good job by me
You
finishing
did great.
third.
You did great.
Great job, Alex. Another second place finish for you.
Tie roll.
One day we're going to have to do this on Judas.
Tie
We got to describe it to people because we're going to bring him up too much.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true.
Again, hit us up. Again, for Frank LaFada, for Alex Gullett, I'm Paul Nelson. Until next time, make sure you do your laundry, you change your oil, and you respect people.
Put some spec on them.
We out.
We out.